Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Remixentals, and I just want to let you guys know that if you guys enjoyed the video in any way, feel free to hit that like button. And if you guys want to suggest me some stuff later on in the future on how I could change up the video a little bit, let me know again in the comment sections below. But again, hopefully you guys enjoy this video, and let's go ahead and begin because this is happening this Wednesday. Convergence, the biggest story in DC history, ties into literally every DC story ever told, and it all begins here. Now let me tell you a little bit something about Convergence. And Convergence is a 2-month weekly limited series published by DC Comics, as you can clearly see by Superman and Brainiac. It begins April 2015 till the end of May 2015. Now, the beginning of April is obviously this Wednesday, or Tuesday, depending on when you see this video. It's April 1st, and April 1st comes out with issue 0, which is very, very important if you really want to get into this series. The purpose of this video is to try to convince you guys to go out and begin reading this series, because this is when all comic books return back to issues 1, so you won't be behind anything. It's going to be a whole new stories and everything. So Convergence is going to tie in storylines from the World's End and Future's End of the New 52. Convergence is going to have 40 different titles with 2 parts. At least to my knowledge, it's going to be a 2-parter for every single comic, so that's going to be a total of around 80 comics in the span of 2 months. So that's a lot of money, but if you have the money or you want to pick specific stories, go for it. So anyways, the story involves Brainiac having trapped cities from different timelines and planets that have ended. He put them inside domes on planets that are outside of time and space. That's not creepy at all. What makes it special, knowing or seeing this, is that now Brainiac is gonna be opening them for an experiment to see what happens when everyone meets. Now, every DC title, according to sources that I've been looking up at, it includes pre-Crisis characters, pre-Zero Hour, and pre-New 52 timelines. Now, there are 3 periods of the companies that have the biggest reboots. It starts from 1985's Crisis on Infinite Earths, 1994's Zero Hour, and 2011's Flashpoint, which is also known for the New 52 relaunch. Now let me tell you guys a little bit background of each one, to at least like a basic knowledge, so you guys know what's going on and why I'm mentioning these titles in general. So Crisis on Infinite Earths was the first time that DC streamlined its universe. It was their way to end the multiverse of parallel Earths and alternate heroes in favor of creating just one timeline. But unfortunately, heroes like Barry Allen and Supergirl were killed in the process of this. After the books were relaunched with new character origins. So now let's go over to 1994 during Zero Hour. It was a 5-issue event. It involved Green Lantern Hal Jordan going mad and calling himself Parallax, and tried to rewrite the DC universe. Characters like Hawkman that had multiple origins were merged into just one version, or had their backstories some words like that I try to remember. Later it led to the stories of like Final Crisis, which was amazing, by the way. I finally read that, and it's really, really long. But since DC doesn't seem that they're going to be focusing on that during Convergence, we'll just save Final Crisis for a longer video in the future day, depending on how you guys enjoyed this one. So now let's go over to 2011, one of my favorites, because it's actually a year before I got into comics myself, because before that I would just casually just be looking at comics since like 1999. I never really focused on anything really. I just picked up a comic book because it was Batman and all that stuff. So in 2011 came Flashpoint and the New 52. Flashpoint was a series that included Reverse Flash and Barry Allen to create an alternate DC timeline. During this time, stories set in the Flashpoint timeline replaced all DC titles, just how Convergence is going to do in the following weeks, because of Flashpoint, it merged the Vertigo and the Wildstorm universe into the DC universe. You know, that's a lot of characters. And books were renumbered back to issue 1 or issue 0, which again is happening this week for Convergence. Each week will feature characters from other universes in the DC continuity for, the Convergence titles. So for some of you guys that don't know about why I mentioned those 3 titles, is because those were DC's biggest reboots. Again, I know I messed up in the introduction of that, but they were DC's biggest reboots. This is when they wanted to just focus on one thing. And the reason why Convergence is a big deal, and why I felt like this is the proper times to tell you guys about these comics, or even mention any kind of comic book reviews, because again, Convergence is bringing all comic book titles back to issue 0 and issue 1, meaning it's going to have new origins, new stories, and it gives you guys a chance to finally be able to read some of your favorite titles. And the only reason why, again, I'm mentioning that this is going to be about a total of 80 comics, so you're looking at kind of a little bit amount of money, But maybe you get lucky and you can find stores that have it for like 15% off, or they have like memberships, kind of like one of my local stores here called Emerald Knights. They have like this membership thing where you get 25% off of all, comics. So new comics in general, I'm saying. I think all of them, but still, either way, I might want to hit them up because that's going to be very important for me. But again, so the reason why, again, like I wanted to mention this is because, again, this is the moment where DC Comics are going to go back down to issue 0 and issue 1. If you're not a fan of DC Comics, well, I'm hoping this kind of encourages you to go ahead and pick up their titles. DC has been known to have multiple different Earths and multiple different timelines. My favorite timeline of them all, or different alternate Earth, is Earth 3, which involves the Crime Syndicate. One of my favorite alternate universes, or alternate versions of the Justice League, because of Owlman. But anyways, you guys, I only wanted to give this a little short video out. Short in the sense that it's under 10 minutes. Mainly because if I got really in depth with some of these things in here, it would be too long for a video. It would not even be enough to be able to help you guys understand what's going on. So I just wanted to give you guys like the basic knowledge from a basic approach on what Convergence is and why I feel like you guys should go ahead and pick up these titles. But anyways, you guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. And if you guys want me to kind of just, give you guys some more information about Convergence, or you feel like this kind of video is what you want me to do in the future, or you want to see even like a video face kind of thing going on while I'm throwing pictures on the videos, kind of like I did before in my vlogs, feel free to let me know in the comments below, because I will be doing a origin of White Lantern and first Hulkbuster and all that good stuff. I wanted to wait till I made this video to tell you guys exactly how I want to approach the comic book reviews, but that's how I approached it for this one. And hopefully it was very, in a nutshell, informative, like very basic. Again, I didn't want to overwhelm a lot of you guys because I know it's really too much to grasp in when I talk about the other 3 reboots. And I know that was kind of like a poorly way to kind of approach them, or maybe it wasn't, you guys really enjoyed it. But again, thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video, and hopefully you guys really did enjoy this video, or at least feel free to leave me a suggestion on what exactly, or how exactly you feel like I should approach it the next time I do a video. But again, hopefully I encourage you guys to go ahead and pick up Convergence, which comes out this Wednesday, or tomorrow, depending on which day you see the video. Hopefully it's not on Wednesday, because that would suck. And again, this is the moment to go ahead and pick up Convergence, because it's, like I said, this is the moment of where comics of DC are going to go back down to issue 1. So that's a bonus in my book, because now I can finally catch up on that, even though I'm behind like 120 comics in the New 52. But anyways, you guys, again, thank you so much for taking the time to watch the video, and hopefully it doesn't sound too croaky and raspy and stuff like that. My voice probably cracked, I don't care. And I'm out of breath because this was all something I wrote down and even typed down, so I was reading it off of like a script to make sure that I didn't mess up and didn't leave out any important points, or basic points. But anyways, you guys, take care, peace out, and have a great week, you guys. And stay tuned for Convergence issue 0 review, because I will be picking that up and telling you guys more about it. So take care, you guys. Peace out.